The show focused on delivering beneficial information on everything to do with products and services that can improve your life. This is Experts on Call on AM 650.
Welcome back to Experts on Call. On today's program, we're talking about your home and in particular the roof on top of your home and how to protect that investment with Sean Lang, president of Inter-Provincial Roof Consultants. During the break, Sean made an interesting comment to me because we were talking about as a consulting organization, you have people, you operate your headquarters are in downtown Cloverdale. You and your colleagues work out of an office. This isn't working out of the back of a van or the den. This is a proper work environment.
Yep.
And your people are all trained consultants and roof observers and that sort of thing. But when you eventually, on behalf of the homeowner, whether it's a private home or a strata or whatever, when you put a project out to tender, you make sure that you involve a number of companies.
Mm-hmm.
And yet there are some companies that you deal with that you're not real keen on having offering out to tenders. You described it as why you like to work with some companies and you run from others.
Yeah.
And you've been in the business a long time, Sean, so give us your criteria. Why would you say something like that?
Well, for us, we look at the management of the company. That's the biggest thing that I look for because as a manager of my company, I have to deal with the managers of that company.
Sure.
So if they've got an arrogant or know-it-all attitude, they're not going to play well with us. So we get into the sandbox and they're not going to play a nice game with us.
Mm-hmm.
We want to be able to bring up issues and talk about them, explain them, come up with solutions together with these people.
Problem solve.
Problem solving
Right,
on
right.
an equal to equal stage, so that there's not a push and pull scenario.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end, the job gets done properly. So some contractors have a mindset, and we alluded to this earlier, where they've been doing it for 30 years. Who are you to tell me what I'm doing?
Right.
But I don't know everything, and I'm not going to profess to know everything. And if you can tell me how to do something better than the way I'm doing it, I'm more than happy to hear it.
Okay.
I encourage you to tell me that. So I would appreciate if the people that we're working for had the same sort of attitude, where there's no pride here. It's all about getting the job done right.
Mm-hmm.
So some contractors have too much pride, too much ego, and they get their nose out of joint when we're involved in the project and it doesn't go well.
They resent a babysitter.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I don't want to be a babysitter.
Well, I get
right?
that, but
So-
that's how they see you.
Yeah, they
Right.
do. And unfortunately, that perpetuates the problem.
Right.
But then we look, after that, we look at the amount of business the company can do. How many crews do they run? What is the quality of the training that those crews have and undergo?
Sure.
So it's fine to have guys that have their ticket and they got their ticket 20 years ago. Are they upgrading their knowledge base
Mm-hmm.
on a personal level every year? So are those roofers going to the latest training seminar from this contractor and that contractor? Are they at least reading some literature on new systems that are coming out? Is their equipment up to date? I mean, a guy could be using a 20 or 30-year-old piece of equipment which isn't doing a decent job of what it's supposed to do. Whereas if he's upgraded his equipment to a newer model, it may be cutting the roof better, it may be scraping the roof better, it may be torching the membrane down better. There's all different types of tools, and if those quality of tools are substandard and getting old, that doesn't make us feel very comfortable about the quality of the product.
And again, from the peace of mind perspective or the protecting your investment perspective of either the single-family homeowner or those members of the strata council charged with that responsibility, you don't know all that stuff about roofing and what kind of gear the guys carry up in their toolboxes.
Yeah.
We don't have a clue.
Yeah.
So we have to rely on pros who are acting as our agents, our advocates, to make sure that the very best possible work is being done.
And that's one of the pluses I think that we can offer is that having been on the roof and working as a journeyman roofer for 16 years, personally, I've worked with a lot of the tools that other roofers are using. So a lot of the downsides or follies that these tools can leave as a trail of destruction in themselves by not being worked properly, I've experienced that. And so have all of my guys. And some of my guys have 30 years of experience. So they've seen when a certain piece of equipment begins to fail, which causes a certain aspect of its application to not function properly.
Right.
And they know they can detect that, and they can suggest ways of remediating that. And that goes a long way towards helping the contractor instead of hindering the contractor by just saying, it's not right.
Right.
Do something about it. Right? So we try to use the knowledge that we have and work with the contractor. And the contractors seem to like it in the sense that they're dealing with somebody who's been there.
Right, and who speaks the same language.
We've all fought in the trenches.
Right.
So we know what they're going through. I know what a 30-degree day is in the middle of summer, and you're putting in your 10th hour of work. It's hard on a guy.
Mm-hmm.
And when you can feel the compassion that they need from the suffering that they're going through on that kind of a day,
sure.
you can work with them a lot better, if that makes any sense.
No, it does.
So when we're looking for a contractor, we want to know that they can do the type of work that we're requiring of them, that the management team is on par with us as far as knowledge and knows how to deal with that type of roof system, that their equipment can handle the job, that they have enough manpower to get the job done in a timely manner, and that can be a big issue.
So, Sean, almost out of time here.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm listening to the program and I say, that Sean guy sounds like he knows what he's talking about, sounds like kind of an honest guy, too. Mm-hmm. I'd like to talk to him because I know I got roof issues here, and I want to talk to a pro who might be on my team and get this thing done professionally and inexpensively. We've given the website, of course, many times. Any phone numbers you'd care to pass along at this time as well?
Sure, call our office anytime, 604 576-5740.
576-5740?
Yep.
Okay, and you're out there in Cloverdale on the main drag?
Yeah, right on the old 176, which is a great place because we can get anywhere from there.
And you can find out a lot more about Inter-Provincial Roof Consultants by simply popping over to their website, which is iprc.ca. A very informative hour, Sean. Thanks so much for popping by. It's good to see you again.
It was fun again, yeah.
All right, we'll see you next time right here on Experts on Call.